With primary day less than 12 hours away in Indiana, Senator Ted Cruz took the unusual step of approaching a group of Trump supporters who were at his rally to heckle him and instead trying to answer their questions, though he did have to endure more than a few insults.
I think anyone that wants to be president owes it to the people of this state to come in front of you and ask for your support. And I'm running to be everyone's president, those who vote for me and even those
we
who don't
want you.
Well, you're entitled to your view, sir, and I will respect it. In fact, I will
do the
protect.
math.
I will protect
you ask
your
cases
rights.
to drop out. It's your turn.
Well,
take your own words.
Now I'm curious, sir.
Time to drop out.
When
sir.
Donald doesn't get to 1237, are you going to call him to drop out?
Donald's definitely going to get to 1237. No, he's going to get more than 1237.
Let me ask you something, sir. What do you like about Donald?
Everything.
Give me one.
Everything.
Give me one. Can you pick anything?
The wall.
Okay, the wall.
That's the main thing.
All right.
Immigration.
Building the wall. All right, hold on a second. Now, do you know on the wall that Donald told the New York Times editorial board he's not going to build a wall and he's not going to deport anyone?
You're lying. Once again, lying, Ted.
Well, sir, you know, actually, civilized people don't just scream and yell at each other. I'm not yelling at you.
I'm yelling at everybody.
Do you know that Donald's words were caught on tape? The New York Times recorded the whole thing, publicly reported. That's a total lie made up by Donald Trump's campaign.
Lying, Ted.
No, let me ask.
Career politicians have killed America.
Let me ask
you are the problem.
Let me ask you
You are the problem,
right,
politician. You are the problem.
Can I ask you something?
No.
Can I ask you something? Out of all of the candidates, name one who had $1 million judgment against him for hiring illegal aliens.
Name one.
Donald Trump is the only.
That's right.
Okay, so you like rich people who buy politicians.
Where's your Goldman Sachs jacket at? We know your wife works there.
Actually, I was supported by and am supported by 1.3 million contributions all over the country. Our average contribution is $60. On immigration, you know Donald Trump had $1 million judgment against him for hiring illegal aliens. You know what he's doing right now in Florida? He brings in hundreds of foreign workers instead of hiring Americans. Sir, with all respect, Donald Trump is deceiving. He is playing you for a chump. And ask yourself two questions. Why is it that the mainstream media so desperately wants Donald Trump to be the Republican nominee?
Bash him every chance they get.
And why is it that John Boehner supports Donald Trump? Do you agree with John Boehner?
No.
Do you agree with Nancy Pelosi?
The thing is, I don't agree with everybody, but I believe in Trump. He's the only one that's going to put us where we need to be.
Say what you will, an interesting exchange, and politics ain't beanbag. Now it's time for The Way You See It, your comments via social media. Tonight we hear first from Richard, who takes exceptions to comments made by our panelist from the left, Ellis Hennigan. Richard writes, "It's amazing. Liberals like Ellis Hennigan poo-pooed the idea that the rioters at the Trump rally, who bloodied at least one individual's face and destroyed at least one police car, were simply protesters exercising their constitutional rights. Get real, Ellis. These protesters were out-and-out thugs. Whole lot of you wrote in about felons having their voting rights reinstated by Democrat Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe. Here's what Ron had to say. Politicians who seek the votes of criminals are themselves criminals. Politicians should be standing up for the rights of law-abiding citizens always." And finally, we hear from Nancy, who writes in with a suggestion of her own for the GOP. She writes, "If Donald Trump winds up being the Republican candidate and the GOP starts their monkey business with delegates and such, you can believe that the GOP, as you know it, will be fractured, and I, for one, will make sure Hillary wins the election." Maybe that's the only way to teach them a lesson. Oh, I hope Republicans are smarter than that, Nancy. At any rate, do you agree with what our guest commentators had to say? A chance for you to get in on our conversations. Of course, the new thing we do here is take your phone calls live at 1-877-NEWSMAX, 1-877-639-7629. We'll make that a regular practice again tomorrow night. And of course, you can also reach us newsmaxtv.com/comments or via Twitter, where our handle is at Newsmax Prime. Special reminder, Newsmax TV brings you special coverage of the NRA Town Hall tonight at 10 p.m. Dennis Michael Lynch Unfiltered is next. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.